Stop. Before you scroll, before you check your notifications, look at your life. If everything stayed exactly the same for the next 5 years, your bank account, your relationships, your health, would you be okay with that? Because here is the cold, hard truth that no one wants to tell you. Your income will never exceed your personal development. If you want more, you have to become more. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to rebuild yourself from the ground up. Let's talk heart to heart. Just you and me? Have you ever felt like you're running on a treadmill? You're working 40, 50, 60 hours a week. You're tired. You're stressed. You're doing everything right. But at the end of the month, the numbers in your bank account haven't budged. Your lifestyle feels like a cage. You keep waiting for that one big break. You think, if I just got a raise, or if I won the lottery, or if the economy would just turn around, then I'd be happy. I'm going to say something that might hurt. That is a loser's strategy. I used to think the same way. I used to blame the government. I blamed my boss. I blamed the prices at the grocery store. I had a list of reasons why I wasn't doing well a mile long. But then a mentor asked me a question that changed my life. Said, if your list of excuses is so good, why isn't your life better? He told me something I will never forget. Work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Think about that. Most of us spend 8 hours a day working on someone else's dream. But we won't spend 30 minutes working on our own mind. We wonder why we're stuck. We're chasing success like a cat chasing its tail, not realizing that success isn't something you pursue. Success is something you attract by the person you become. Life has a strange way of balancing the scales. Have you ever seen someone win the lottery, and then 3 years later, they're broke again? Or maybe a professional athlete who makes millions and ends up in debt? Why does that happen? Because their income took a lucky jump, but their character stayed small. Unless you grow out to where your money is, the money will eventually shrink back to where you are. If someone hands you $1 million, you better become a millionaire in your mind, in your habits, in your discipline very quickly. Otherwise, that money is going to find a way to leave you. There's an old saying, if you took all the money in the world and divided it up equally among everyone, it would soon all be back in the same pockets. That's not because of a conspiracy, it's because of personal development. True happiness isn't contained in what you get. It's contained in what you become. If you get $1 million, but you're still the same bitter, uneducated, undisciplined person you were when you were broke, you aren't rich. You're just a broke person with a temporary balance in your account. Are you ready to stop chasing and start attracting? Are you ready to change your personality, your lifestyle, and your future? I have 3 steps. These aren't theories. These are the laws of the universe. If you follow them, everything changes. Step number 1. Find out how things work. To change your life, you need ideas. There isn't a problem in the world that an idea can't solve. I remember telling my mentor, I don't have any money. He looked at me and said, that's not the problem. I was confused. What do you mean? My empty wallet feels like a pretty big problem. He said, no. The problem is a lack of an idea on how to create wealth. It isn't a lack of money, it's a lack of knowledge. If you get the ideas, you can change anything. If you want to be successful, study success. If you want to be happy, study happiness. If you want to be wealthy, study wealth. Don't leave your life to chance. Most people go through the day with their fingers crossed. I hope things get better. I hope I get a break. Hope is not a strategy. You have to make it a study. You need to become a student of your own life. And here's the most practical tip I can give you. Start a journal. Don't use your head for a filing cabinet. Your brain is for generating ideas, not storing them. When you find something that works, a strategy, a habit, write it down. Then use the secret weapon of the elite. Repetition. 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 Go over your notes. Read them until they take root in your subconscious. One day, some mysterious day, those ideas will start to show up in your bank account, in the way you dress, in your confidence, and in your lifestyle. How do you find these ideas? 1. You must read. Every successful person I know is a reader. They are driven by curiosity. They have to know. Standard education will get you a standard life. If you want an extraordinary life, you have to be self-educated. One book can save you 5 years of mistakes. Think about that. Someone spent 40 years of their life learning how to be a leader, and they wrote it down in 200 pages. You can download 40 years of experience in a single weekend. Why wouldn't you do that? How do you explain someone who wants to be rich but hasn't read a book on wealth in a year? You don't have to read all night, just 30 minutes a day. Something positive, something instructional. 30 minutes a day will put you in the top 1% of the world. 2. You must listen. Get around people who are where you want to be. Here is a piece of advice that might sound crazy. Poor people should take rich people out to dinner. I know. You're thinking he's rich? Let him buy his own dinner. If you spend $100 to take a successful person to a 9-course meal, and you keep your mouth shut and listen for 2 hours, they might drop one idea, one sentence, one perspective. And that one idea could multiply your income by 5. You aren't paying for the steak, you're paying for the proximity. 3. You must observe. Success leaves clues. Watch how a successful person shakes hands. Watch how they respond to a crisis. Watch how they walk. I'm serious. If a man is making $50,000 a month, I'd watch how he walks. Maybe there's something in his posture, his confidence, his energy. Someone might say that's a silly walk, and I'd say, maybe, but it's a $50,000 walk. I don't have the money yet, but I've got the walk. It's bound to start somewhere. See with your eyes sight, but also see with your mind insight. Pay attention. Wherever you are, be there. Don't miss the clues life is giving you every single day. Step number 2. Go to work. I've given you the finding out part, but knowledge without action is a tragedy. Don't let your learning lead to knowledge, or you'll become a well-informed fool. Let your learning lead to action, and you can become wealthy. You need to get excited, not about the money, but about your ability to make yourself do the necessary things. On any given day, you have the power to massively change the direction of your life. You aren't a tree. You can move. You can change. But here's the key. Start with the little disciplines. Don't try to climb Everest tomorrow. Start by making your bed. Start by drinking more water. Start by making that one phone call you've been avoiding. Why? Because you cannot handle the big challenges of life if you haven't mastered the small ones. Discipline is a muscle. If you don't practice on the small stuff, you'll fold when the pressure gets high. Get right on the small things. It's not just for the results, but for the practice, the muscle. And stop waiting for someone to turn you on. We call it self-motivation for a reason. It's the only kind there is. If you're waiting for a motivational speaker or a guru to come by and pump you up, what happens if they don't show up? You have to be the one to kickstart your own heart. You have to be the one to say, enough is enough. I am taking charge of my life today. Step number 3. Don't try to beat the system. This is a warning. In your journey to become more, you will be tempted. You'll see people cutting corners. You'll see people shading the truth, thinning the quality of their work, looking for the cheap answer, the hack, the shortcut. Don't fall for it. If you look for a cheap life, you will end up with a cheap life. Find out how the system of success works: honesty, hard work, value, service, and work it the right way. Even if it takes longer, even if it's harder. Do not compromise with right. Your reputation and your character are the only things you truly own. If you trade them for a quick buck, you've made the worst deal of your life. Build a foundation of integrity. When the wind blows and the storms of life come, they will come. Your house will stand because it was built on something real. We've spent some time together today. I want to talk to you, just you. Man to man, woman to woman, human to human. Inside of you right now, there are remarkable gifts. There is a version of you that is more disciplined, more courageous, more successful, and more fulfilled than you can even imagine. But that version of you is waiting. It's waiting for you to make a choice. You don't ever have to be the same person again after this video. The only reason you'd stay the same is by choice. Think about the last 5 years of your life. Were they everything you wanted, or were they a repeat of the 5 years before that? If you don't do something different tomorrow, I can tell you exactly what the next 5 years will look like. They'll look just like the last 5. Is that what you want? Because tomorrow morning, it's choice time. You can wake up and go back to the same habits, the same excuses, the same fingers crossed strategy. Or you can reach down inside yourself and decide to change it all. You can start that journal. You can read those 30 minutes. You can tackle that small discipline. You can start becoming the person who attracts the life you want. The wealth, the happiness, the lifestylets, all waiting for the new you to arrive. So, what are you going to do starting tomorrow that will make a difference? Don't tell me. Show yourself. You have the power to change your whole life any day you wish. Why not make it tomorrow? Why not make it right now? I believe in you. But that doesn't matter. What matters is that you start acting like someone worth believing in. Go to work on yourself. The world is waiting to see who you become. If this video hit home for you, if you felt like it was written just for you, then don't just close the tab. Leave a comment below with one small discipline you are starting tomorrow. Let's hold each other accountable. And if you're ready to keep growing, watch this next video on how to master your morning routine. See you there.